Here we go. Today we're gonna be talking about different types of mind games on Dead by Daylight, and we're gonna be talking about tips about mind gaming and all different types of stuff to be playing killer in Dead by Daylight. When it comes to using mind games in Dead by Daylight, it depends on the different types of survivors that you're versus in. Most likely, then most killers double back, so most survivors run away and try to jump through the window in the jungle gym. So basically the best way to actually counter that is to actually go forward, because they might actually be trying to cancel the window vault. So yeah, most of the time when you're playing a game of Dead by Daylight, mind games are just really crucial. Double backing, going straight when you think the survivor's gonna cancel the vault is really good in Dead by Daylight, but double backing and then backing up, like turning your character animation around and backing up, can be really good. But it just depends on the survivor that you verse, and double backing can really work in mind game situations. Like, there are some unsafe pallets that are super easy to mind game, and there's some pallets in the game that are really hard to mind game, so you have to break them. But all it boils down to is your killer, because most killers like Nurse you really don't have to mind game with. And if my audio is trash, it's because of course it's a freaking Xbox mic, so it makes sense. Xbox Upload Studio sucks, so basically yeah. But if you want to know anything about mind games, you can just put it down in the comment section and I'll reply. Mind game is really a big deal in Dead by Daylight. You need that to actually beat good survivors, because most killers that don't mind game are usually people that get looped to death. But sometimes, even if you're good at the game, you're still gonna get looped to death. Really doesn't matter. So the next part we're gonna go to, so basically the next part of being a good Dead by Daylight player has to go with the chasing part of the game. And when it comes to being good at chasing, when you're playing a game of Dead by Daylight and you know that the survivors are really good at looping you around, you have to commit and go to somebody else. Basically a good mind game right there. That works. But the dude sucks, so that's the only reason why that mind game worked. So basically when most killers actually chase, they like to tunnel people, wait for them to get off the hook and to go after them. That's a bad strategy, because you also lose points for doing that, and you lose points for camping as well, so you don't want to do that. But the best part about it is, if you're going to get to a good looper, you want to commit off of them and go after a different survivor, so you actually have time to actually apply pressure. Because most of the times what killers do is just go after one survivor the whole time, and then when they do, they end up losing, which is not a good thing in the game. You don't want to just commit on one survivor. You got to think of the game as being a 1v4, not a 1v1, because 1v1 it just makes you lose more if you think it's in a 1v1 situation. But most killers are actually starting to adapt and actually know what they're doing in Dead by Daylight, because there's a lot of things to do in Dead by Daylight that actually boil down you to winning. What killer you pick, the chasing, leaving the survivor, because eventually you might actually do good and actually catch up to that survivor and kill him. It's really important to actually not go after the survivor when you know that they good at looping. That's why you have to actually know what you're doing as killer. Okay, so now we're going to be talking about pallet respect. Pallet respect refers to the killer in Dead by Daylight respecting the pallet instead of swinging through it. See, right there, that killer should have broke that pallet and not respect it. So now I gotta I actually thought that he was gonna mind game there, so I got hit right there, but it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal though. I thought the killer was actually good at the game, but he wasn't. But when it comes to pallet respecting, sometimes you don't want to respect the pallet, and sometimes you do. Sometimes you don't, sometimes you do. I messed up. Okay, so when you do respect pallets, sometimes the survivors might exploit you when you're respecting the pallet. So that's why I say sometimes you shouldn't do it. But sometimes it can be good and beneficial for you just to break the pallet. Because sometimes when you play as killers that actually respect pallets a lot, you can actually get a free loop around depending on the killer. That's why the best situations always boil down to you just breaking the pallet after you get hit by it. Because I will always take the stun over giving the survivor a free loop around. So most killers, they either respect the pallets too much or they break it instantly. Sometimes you don't want to break it instantly because again you get the killer the survivor a free loop. But it just always boil it down to the survivor. If you're good at the game, more than likely you're gonna if the survivor's good at the game, you're gonna stop chasing them anyway. So I say just break the pallets, because if you have a survivor that just don't know how to loop and he just throws down the pallet way too much, you actually basically get a free win at that point, which is really good. It helps you a lot. It helps you get better at the game. That's why you have to put yourself in a situation where you put yourself in a looping situation around, because once you do that, you try to get better. You start getting better at the game. And I juked him right here there. See, he respected the pallets too much, and it actually caused him to lose, and he kept on lunging, which is not a good thing to do. So, and then he just DC'd. He DC'd, which was hilarious. So basically, when you gotta know when to break the pallet and when not. This boils down to mind games as well. You have to know when to do this stuff. And it depends on the killer. Some killers, you can break the pallets down instantly, like Leatherface, Demogorgon. And you actually do really good. You actually can chase the killer as soon as you break the survivor, as soon as you break the pallet, which is really good. It actually really helps you. And I'm not gonna edit that out. If I mess up, it's my first video back, because I had a other second YouTube channel. But now I'm finna make a new one. So basically, I'm gonna talk about what we're gonna do tomorrow. Tomorrow, Mortal Kombat 11 Terminator should be coming out. So basically, when it comes to and that's probably what we're gonna do tomorrow. And this I'm probably gonna do every Monday. Just go through tips every Monday. And I will make tips on Survivor next Monday. I think probably I should do it next Monday. Well, I'm gonna do it probably Friday or Monday. I don't know. Sometime this week, or maybe next Monday. I don't know. So basically, hope you guys liked the video. Make sure to sub and like, and I'll catch you guys in the video tomorrow. Peace. And make sure not to always respect pallets. And GG for that killer for trying. Thanks for the murder, bro. GG for trying. Goodbye.